We'll be right there with you.
Better start soon, young man. Better start soon.
Hey, she's flying to Vegas. I tell this joke all the time. She's flying to Vegas for my fight without a baby. She might be flying back with one.
Oh man, dude, am I coming to this fight on December 6th?
That's up to you.
All right.
We'll talk off air.
Yeah, we'll talk off air. Talking about off air, I'm not even going to give her a ton of time in the green room. She's going to be super upset because she fights on December 13th. Our man right now on air, Grant Dawson, has a December 6th booked date. But let's talk to her. I know Grant and G love always chatting it up. The one and only Canadian's own Gillian the Savage Robertson. What's up, G?
What's up? How are you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Guess just getting into the start of camp. Like you said, December 13th. I'm like, we're 8 weeks out now. So I'm like, we're just kind of like getting into the beginning of it finally. I feel like we've known about this fight for way too long.
Yeah, forever. Months now. Yeah. But all of those fight announcements yesterday, I know the one that really caught your eye the most was Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres, G. But our boy Grant's got a date, permanent black marker, but a ton of fight announcements yesterday. It was a good day for the UFC.
Oh, yeah. That December 6th card is looking stacked from top to bottom from what we got announced yesterday.
Yeah. I'm telling you, G, everything happens for a reason. December 13th, your submission will get a bonus. December 6th, that's tough. You know, we got Grant with the second round stoppage. We got Duncan and McKinney just throwing monster bombs for 4 minutes straight. Got Pantoja and Van on the card. Marab and Jan. That's insane.
Yeah. Fighting for the 50K that night is going to be a tough one. Like, I think that Duncan and McKinney matchup is just like guaranteed to be, I want to say fight of the night, but I see somebody finishing it fast. I don't see that one going more than one round.
Me too. McKinney doesn't fight that way. We know Duncan can. Like, Duncan can get into that little phone booth, but then also I feel like get technical, and he's tough enough and be out. Terrence doesn't know how to do that. He throws bombs in that phone booth. He'll fall or the other guy will. There's just no middle ground for them.
Oh, yeah. Terrence McKinney is like a one-round fighter. He goes out there and just throws everything at it for that one round. I'm like, whether he's losing or he's winning, he's going out there and he's fighting as hard as he can for usually, he's coming at you that first round.
How insane. So we just mentioned all those fights. Great. Like, that's good enough, Grant. Also, Henry Cejudo versus Tablet. Brandon Moreno. Like, we haven't mentioned him. One of the UFC's fan favorites versus Tatsui.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I didn't even see that matchup that was thrown out there.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, I'm like, there's been too many announcements within these last couple of days. I'm like, I absolutely love Moreno, though. Honestly, probably one of my top flyweights. So I'm like, his fight announcement to go under the radar just shows how stacked that card's going to be.
100%. And also, I think there's a reason why that fight's on it because of the co-main event, Pantoja and Van. If Van gets the job done and maybe Pantoja wants to move up or it's decisively and they just want to do a new face, they can do a Van versus Brandon Moreno would be, take our money in March or April.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm all team Van over here. I'm like, fingers crossed. Pantoja's a huge matchup, obviously. But I'm rooting for the kid. I think he believes in himself a lot, and I think that is a very powerful thing. So
for sure,
it's a very tough matchup against him, but I'm all team Van over here.
Dave, real quick. My producer is telling me that I need to just leave the studio, pop off. So I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for having me on.
Grant, you're the best. Appreciate you. Congratulations on the fight news, brother. All right.
Appreciate it. Anytime.
There you go. The one and only Grant Dawson. Let me do that to give you a minute or two to sub it out. We'll get the great L. Dawson on it very soon. Actually froze a little bit. All right. So I saw Sunday Morning Brew like always. Love watching it. It's still the most watched thing on Fight Bananas. You guys do great on it. Anything else from like Saturday? Because sometimes I always do this too. I watch the card. I even watch you guys show, and then like stuff I like kind of rethink over some stuff. Is there anything from Saturday you want to hit on, or you feel really good about Oliveira and Petrino, Davison Figueiredo winning the big fight in the co-main event as an underdog. But just that moment for Oliveira was pretty special, I thought, in Brazil.
Oh yeah, huge moment for Oliveira, a huge moment for Aldo too, being able to retire in Brazil. Like,
yes, good point. Forgot
the
that.
King of Rio, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was just all around a pretty good card. Just I guess like excitement wise, talent wise, it was a good card to watch, and to have moments like that, like it's kind of untouchable to have a moment like with Aldo, and I guess like the
Yeah.
passing of the torch now. You know,
It's so-
Oliveira is the new king.
So funny you said that. I thought the same thing. I go, Jose was the king of Rio. I really do think it's Oliveira. I think he's had enough big moments. He's been a champion. And yeah, Aldo is just, especially if he's 100% retired, like you can't be the king of Rio and not fighting anymore. I do think Charles is now the new king of Rio.
Oh yeah, 100%. The only other person that I'm like, absolutely, I'm like, every time they fight stands out to me. I'm like, I love her so much, is Pilastri. Juliana
Okay.
Pilastri comes out, like, she fought Lupi her last fight and like was an absolute dog in the third round after having a rough first 2 rounds. This last weekend in Brazil, she fought Karolina Kowalkiewicz, another vet, and was just in her face. Like, girl's a psychopath. I love it. I'm like, she doesn't care. She just walks forward the whole time, talking shit. She's just aggressive. And I'm like, there's something, she's always going to be in an exciting fight.
That's for sure. Did you see Carolina like after the fight? Oof.
Oh yeah, that's another thing about Pilastri. She can hit hard. You can tell from the very beginning. Like, Kowalkiewicz is obviously, she's a gangster. She's been tested through like some of the best girls, but you can just tell the second Pilastri started, every time all of her strikes were just that much more effective. She was just putting it on her, and like, that girl definitely has power.
That's for sure. I mentioned this 3-4 times. It's UFC Vancouver week. Really good main event. A lot of good fights on the card. But every time I mention it, especially on this show, everyone goes, why is Gillian not fighting on this Vancouver show? Can you say one thing for it? Like, did you try? Was it just not in the cards for the UFC? Was it not wanting to fight in Vancouver? Is there anything on your side you want to say, or?
Is it not wanting to fight in Vancouver? Of course not. I'm like, I would have loved to be in Canada. I think I've said this my last 3 fights. They've put me like literally the week before, the week after. This time we got a little bit of space in between, but they always put me close to these Canada cards. Even I just saw that Jamie Lynn Horth got added to the December 13th card. So another Canadian too, pretty close. I was surprised not to see her on the Vancouver card as well. But I was offered the Shanghai card that was August 23rd-ish, 20-something.
Yeah.
So I was offered that card and was denied by my opponent on that one. Then I was offered, they told me for a long time that they were looking for somebody for UFC Vancouver. And I'm assuming they just didn't have an opponent come up. I know a lot of girls were booked in the 115-pound division, and especially girls who were ranked. So I'm like, I know it was very difficult to find somebody who could get booked for the October, 18th?
Yeah.
So I knew
there's only like 3 or 4 girls that you can fight. There's only a certain few. You're not going to fight the 25th girl. It doesn't make sense.
Even like the girl I am fighting, Asmin Lucindo, she just fought not too long ago. It would have been like a little bit too quick of a turnaround for her to get the October card. So, I think it was just like the state of the division, like where everything was at, opponent availability. We just weren't able to make it happen. So they ended up throwing me on the December 13th card in the Apex, which is my favorite venue. So, we'll be there.
Well, talking about fighting as well, Jillian, this next person coming on the show usually starts the show with me and we talk, but now she's in fight camp. She's got a date booked. That poster went out late last week. December 5th, the Ruthless One, Elle Dawson, is back fighting FAC. I think I'm going to try to go to that in Vegas. I don't know what I'm doing. Back-to-back Dawson days. Welcome to the show. The fighter, the Ruthless One, Elle Dawson.
Hello, guys. I never get an intro like that. That was nice.
Dude,
Makes you feel good, doesn't it?
I miss doing the Elle Dawson intros. Usually it's like, oh, here's the show. We're live. Let's go out. How are you, friend?
I'm good. I sparred this morning. I'm here back in the living room studio. We'll have another guest in person this week. So pumped to have Michelle Montague on later.
Nice. And Michael as well is coming on in 10 minutes.
Yeah, not at my house, but yes, from Texas, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes,
he just fought on the Brazil card, so that's a quick
as well on UFC Rio. Maybe announced a title fight for us on his post-fight speech. But super pumped to get to chat with him. He was my prospect to watch from UFC Rio, which you guys all poo-pooed all over. Not Gillian, but you and Grant. And I was right. So I do have a fight, SG, December 5th.
We have to get Dave a fight. We got all the Fight Bananas crew within 10 days. We got to get Dave a fight.
Dave versus Ben Davis.
Dude, I would absolutely destroy that little peewee of a man, Ben Davis, okay? I would power slap in a jits fight, a boxing match, whatever that little peewee would want to do. I'll beat the crap out of him. Real quick, I wanted to ask Grant, but not without you, so it just didn't happen. So I got to ask you this. Grant's fighting on December 6th. You're fighting on December 5th. Like, I believe that's never really happened before. That close. Like, have you guys talked about it or thought about it or what? How is the Dawson house going to be?
So we when I took this fight, we knew there was a chance that this could happen. So we kind of discussed whether we were cool with it, how we would do this if he was on, because we thought he was either going to be on the 6th or on the 13th. We were hoping it was going to be the 13th because that way Grant could have traveled to my fight with me, and then we would have just flown from my fight to Vegas for his fight. But super pumped that he's on this pay-per-view, which they are just announcing banger after banger for. And so pumped.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
back to you.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing card. So I'm super excited for him to get to be on this card. So it's going to be a little crazy. Mike Brown's going to come with me to Kansas City. And my fight is the day before. So
right. So wait, Mike Brown's going with you in Kansas City.
To Kansas City. Grant obviously will be cutting weight, so he won't be able to be at my fight, but he'll have Pitbull, he'll have Dakota Bush, who is literally the greatest cornerman, like the greatest teammate of all time. Dakota Bush is A+ teammate. I got sick as a dog last time. Hey, what? I'm getting there, Dave. Calm down. Dakota Bush, I got sick as a dog during Grant's fight week, and Dakota Bush took over, made all his food, handled the weight cut like a champ. So Dakota will be Grant's wife for the week. And Mike Brown and I'm going to win a fight. Mike and I are going to celebrate for 10 minutes, and then we're going to go straight to the airport and hop on a red eye and fly to Vegas.
Who else is in your corner? Can this finally happen? I'm coming to Kansas City.
There is absolutely nothing that will make me. You would stress on all belief. You were commentating at a grappling match that didn't matter, and I was stressed.
Unbelievable. I'm brokenhearted right now. I've never been so brokenhearted in my life. I'm going, and I'm going to tell, dude, what does Mike Brown know more than me? Tell me Mike Brown will be my assistant coach, okay?
Have you beat Mike at ping pong yet?
I have. It's a true story.
It's a true story.
Wow.
I can get you media credentials. You want to sit cage side? You want to be the media cover, the one media outlet at FAC?
We got to talk about this off air because you know this. I was kind of planning on coming to your fight already. The whole Grant thing mixed me up because now we might do a whole big Vegas thing. Also, we do have the one and only Gillian Robertson fighting the next week in Vegas. I was going to
Vegas for the week.
For a week. Why not?
Dude, I could be in Elle's corner and Gillian's corner in 1 week.
Nobody has said that, Dave.
That's what I heard. No, that would be crazy. God, it is a crazy time for Fight Bananas. That is wild.
It's going to be a busy couple weeks. I was so hopeful you and Grant would be on the same card, G. That would be awesome. But
I'm like, I was hopeful I was going to be on the pay-per-view too. So
this is the other way around. I feel like G is usually the pay-per-view, Grant's in the Apex. You guys flip-flop.
Like the Apex is my
Your
I don't know.
third love.
Yeah, my third love, exactly. It's just I'm like every time I get stuck there, I'm like,
Not even joking that we talked about it, and we'll get into UFC 323. I know you want to, L. Like that bonus, that is insane. Like, tell me if there's so many. Like, we haven't even mentioned. Like I said, like we just mentioned the Brandon Moreno thing. Like, imagine if Tablet gets a head kick knockout on Cejudo. Tell me they're not giving that kid $50K. We haven't even talked about Jan Blachowicz back in light heavyweight. Like, banger after banger. I think I saw Nasruddin, that lightweight is on the card as well. Like the Ray Longo kid who just bangs as well. I think he's on 323. Nasruddin, who fought Elvin Elder. Zadikov?
Nazim Sajikov?
Yes. He's on it.
Usually I can figure out who you're talking about.
Pretty close.
Blachowicz opponent, and I was like, who are you? Who are you trying to talk about here? I do not know.
This is a good point. This is actually, Dave, you can take over Dean while he's in. Yeah, because, Dean's doing media and stuff. So G might be like, all right, Dave, what do I got to do? I can take over Dean Thomas. These are good points in the comment section.
You can take over the booth while Dean is cornering.
Oh, I could do that. I
think you do a great job at that.
Imagine me on
my corner.
I have a lot of goals in life. Me on a UFC broadcast for a Gillian Robertson fight, just take me to heaven. That is it. I have done it. My kids know I love them. My wife knows I love her. Just take me to heaven. I'm done. G will be choking out someone. I would be freaking out.
This is
defending my belt.
I have a question for G. I know you hate the Apex because it's quiet and there's no crowd, but do you at least like the smaller cage?
I guess it doesn't make too much of a difference for me. I really feel like I don't know, the cage size. I understand grapplers say like it makes it easier to get them to the cage. I feel like I'm very comfortable shooting out in the open too. So I'm like, I don't necessarily feel like I need the cage to finish my takedowns. Yeah, it's really the energy, the noise, I'm like, I don't know. I love having the crowd there. I love having, whether they're booing me or cheering me, I love just that energy in the room. And it's just like to walk out into a fight and it's almost silent. Something about it just doesn't feel like a fight.
Yeah.
It doesn't get you going. Like
exactly.
Guys, if Charles Oliveira fought at the Apex against Gamrot, even on short notice, I think that fight's different. And we talked about it. I remember I kind of said like towards later in the week, I was like, guys, we missed it. Like we went back and forth on that fight after like realizing that Charles Oliveira was fighting in Rio. I go, guys, Oliveira's winning this fight. Like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I felt so confident on it. You could just tell when he walked out, I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is over. Like this guy is not losing with these people here. Just not happening.
There was a picture on Oliveira's Instagram that I keep forgetting to like, I keep screenshotting it and then forgetting to put it up here so we can like share it. But it's like him walking out and there's just all these hands reaching down at him. And he really is the new king of Rio. I think there were there's every single one of Gamrot's losses in the UFC has an asterisk. He like flew somewhere on short notice. And it's such a bummer for me to see him lose like that. But I do think it goes differently with the camp, but I'm with you like that. The Charles Oliveira in Rio is a different level. And you unlocked a new video game character,
Yeah, I totally agree. And I'm not going to lie. You know me, I'm so dumb about stuff like this. I am incredibly dumb. And I know probably fighters, you guys probably dislike this about me. I thought the same thing. I'm not joking. When I saw Gamrot run to the cage like that, not even about energy. I just felt like he didn't like the booze kind of like he was like, oh, like I don't like this scenario. I want to get in there. I did not. As soon as I saw that, I'm like,
I mean, he always does that though. He always sprints to the cage. He doesn't always run to the gate, but he always sprints.
okay.
Yeah, I'm like, if anything, I respect that move, honestly. Frankie Edgar used to do it every single fight. He used to run to the cage. And I'm like, well, one, it's too late to be doing this anyway. Like, let's get in the cage. Like, let's get this stuff over with. It's 10 p.m. I got to get to bed, you know? So I'm like, let's get to the cage as fast as possible.
Did you stay up for the whole time?
This one I did, actually. Yeah. Surprising, right?
Let's go, G.
But I'm like, even being the fighter, when I'm in the cage, I'm like, whenever I don't run, but I also don't take my time to get in there. I'm like, I just I don't even hug my corners. I just walk in the cage because I'm like, one, I'm going to see them in a couple minutes anyway. Like, it's not like we're saying goodbye here. And two, I'm like, let's just get it done. Like, let's get in there. Let's get the job done. When I'm sitting there, my opponent's walking out and they have to take off their jacket and take off their necklaces and their shoes, then hug all their corners, then say a prayer and do all this before they get in the cage. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, can we just get on with this?
Yeah.
So you don't do a G walkout?
Absolutely hate that.
You guys ever witnessed a Charles Bennett walkout?
Oh, I've commentated on 5 of them, Al.
I honestly, some of those are like the length of a full main event fight.
11 minutes. Island Fights 80. Go look it up on YouTube. It was 11 minutes long. We had all these notes, me and Pearl Gonzalez. We had nothing else to say. It was 11 minutes long. I'm telling you, go YouTube it, guys.
The card, the show I'm fighting for, FAC, he fought for them one time, and they have like a pretty long, like, it's actually a really cool arena, but they have a pretty long, like little platform that you walk out on. And he it took him so long to get there, and he live streamed himself the whole time on Instagram. Like, he was like spinning in circles and just standing on the
floor. El, what's his Instagram handle?
I don't remember, but I know it's not appropriate for our very family-friendly show, David.
You're right, El Dawson. There you go. It's pretty horrible. It's pretty horrible.
How is that even I don't know. What if that happened in the UFC? What if somebody takes 11 minutes to walk out in the UFC? Do you think somebody's gonna come on, guys, we gotta hurry this up?
Yeah, they would. The UFC out of all their time, so boom, boom, boom. Like, if someone did that, like, I remember when Izzy did some of the dances or whatever, it was like that was a big thing. But even that was it was a minute and a half, and he was in the cage. Like,
I remember a couple weeks ago, Alexis Thayanara, she did her whole dance the whole time they walked out. That they completely, they cut out her post-fight interview. She wasn't allowed to do a post-fight interview because 100%. She had such a long walkout.
You can't. There are consequences for your actions.
Yes, hey, you can say whatever you want, people, but other people above you can take you out or not, or do something. There's stuff. Well, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Has anyone ever been not ready? I don't believe so. Because they have so many people in the back. Like, they have 3 fights ahead getting you ready. Like, gee, don't they say, hey, 2 fights to go, 1 fight to go?
They're usually coming in the back saying at first when you show up, they say your approximate go time is going to be, say, 7:30 or whatever. Yeah. So they give you a general game park time, and then they're going to come back in and say, okay, you walk in 5 minutes. Okay, you walk in this much time. I'd say the only real issue maybe is I've definitely made it to the cage without my mouth guard. I'm had somebody run back to the dressing room of the Apex and tear apart all my shit trying to find my mouth guard through my bag. So I'm that's the most I guess I've ever had an incident where I'm oops.
Well, I will say regional show.
Just real quick, G, in the future, your fights, I will be your personal mouth guard holder. I'll have it, it's a ring bearer for weddings. I'll have it in my pocket with ready to go. So that I got you. So I'm cornering L with Mike Brown, me and Mike Brown. I'll get my first professional win, and that'll get me some, some practice to do G at the UFC. I got a good week in front of me. December. I got a good time.
Dave's that guy that like invites himself to people's weddings.
Dude, I've never, but I don't know. I'm gonna make it one of these times, you guys.
Dave, if I fight again after this, I'll think about it.
No, I'm probably too positive. I would talk you guys up too much, dude.
No, it's so stressful, guys.
Gillian Robertson would beat Amanda Nunes in her prime. I would talk up G so much.
But it doesn't make you feel better. It just puts like the ultimate amount of pressure on you that you could possibly imagine because they think so delusionally highly of you that it hurts.
Hey, I'm sorry I support my friends, okay, Al? I'm sorry.
We love you for it, but I cannot talk to you on fight day. I can't.
Oh man, that was funny. The jits thing was funny. I was just like, gee, I was like, we were there literally just to have fun. I'm commentating. Elle's there just to kind of roll and kind of get the walk. Dude, I was like, all right, Elle, Valentina Shevchenko's got nothing. Let's go. I was just yelling at her, getting her all hyped. That was fun. That was good times.
This is the fight of your life.
Then we saw a Gillian Robertson doppelganger. Remember that, Elle? A wannabe Gillian Robertson. How about a wannabe?
I don't know if that was quite a doppelganger.
Yeah,
I don't think it was.
She was a big fan of you, I think. Big fan. Elle can beat John Jones. Prove me wrong.
See, this is what I have to deal with, guys. It's not helpful. It's not helpful.
Oh my goodness. All right. Anything on UFC Vancouver we didn't hit? I feel like we didn't really jump on it at all, but RDR and Brendan Allen, Malat versus Kevin Holland. I'm very surprised Kevin Holland's the underdog. Very surprised. Am I wrong on that?
He did just lose to D-Rod. So here's the issue with Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland can be here or he can be here. And you never know which Kevin Holland you're going to get. Yeah. He is probably the least consistent fighter I've ever seen. Like, that dude will go out and win a split decision against JDM and then lose to D-Rod. You know, I just feel like he's got such highs and such high highs and such low lows. It's hard to say. I actually think there's some juice on Kevin Holland if he shows up. I don't hate him.
He had his low performance, so I think he's due for a really good performance.
He's due. That's what I said.
Yeah, I totally agree. The big female fight is Fiorot versus Jazz, right?
Mm-hmm. I really think Jasmine has a huge potential to be one of Canada's next one of them, you know, Dave. One of Canada's next champions. I think this is a tough matchup for her, but a good matchup for her. I think it's obviously the like kind of classic striker versus grappler, but I think Jasmine's tough and she can make it an ugly fight, and I think she's going to be able to get it where she wants it.
Crazy. How about you, Al? You like that fight?
Super pumped. I'm super pumped to watch it. I love Jasmine as a person, but also as a fighter. I think her wrestling is really underrated. I think people maybe ignore how elite her wrestling actually is. And it's not like she's adapted it well for MMA, in my opinion. I think people maybe look at the Erin Blanchfield fight against Manon and expect something similar. But I do think something Jasmine does a much better job of is actually shooting to the legs and just press. And she's big. Jazz is so big and strong, and she's got long limbs too. And Manon is a huge flyweight. So I do think Jasmine can at least she can push through Manon's good range control and good jab.
Yeah, that was going to be my argument with I feel like Blanchfield doesn't really shoot, you know, where Jasmine's the only girl in that division who really does shoot takedowns. So it might bring a different look to Manon where she's not as capable of defending.
Great point. All right, this is the fifth comment. We'll answer it. We are the People Show. Elle, can you give us an early prediction on Valentina Shevchenko and Weili for the UFC Female Flyweight Championship?
I'm so back and forth on this. I think Weili is quite possibly the most complete female fighter currently out there, just between her athleticism, her wrestling, her explosiveness on the feet, and just how well she blends everything in together. Plus, she has cardio for days. She really has the complete package. Valentina Shevchenko has looked a little slower, a little older, but she still finds ways to win. And she is such a veteran, and the size advantage is definitely going to be there in this fight. And I think the question is, can Valentina time Weili's super explosive in and out movements to get the takedowns? And if she can, I do think Weili will struggle to get to her feet just because Valentina has such good control and she is so big. But I really want Weili to get this done here. I think that would be so cool. And she absolutely has the skill set. It's whether or not she can implement it against somebody who's been in there with the best in the world and is big, you know?
Jasmine Jasovicius.
You were very close.
Thank you. Jasovicius.
Slightly closer. You at least added the D in there that time.
Hey,
I want to know what G thinks. I want to know what G thinks about Weili and Val.
I think I kind of agree with you. Like, obviously, Weili is the more well-rounded fighter out of them both. I do think that, and I know that Valentina isn't a huge flyweight either, so I think they're going to be more similar sizes than I guess Weili isn't a huge strawweight either, so they're probably going to be, I don't know, I don't think there's going to be a huge a size difference, honestly. I think that Valentina is just going to play, like we've seen in her last couple fights, she's going to play it like a smarter, more boring, I guess, fight, but it's going to be like a easier way to victory, just be able to get the takedown, secure the top. And I don't think Weili is the most well-versed when she's on the ground either. So I think that Valentina is going to be able to just kind of control her on top. It won't be the most exciting win, but I think Valentina is just going to, she's really just been like a vet in her last couple of fights and just like getting these wins out and not really trying to like go for the finish.
Yeah.
There will be a reach advantage at the very least.
For sure, guys. For sure.
I think Valentina's like 5'7", right?
I would be surprised. I want to say she's shorter than me. I've seen her once in person and I was
short.
Yeah, I was shocked by how small she was.
Her reach. Maybe her reach is 60.
95% of both of what you guys said I agree with. The one thing I do disagree and kind of I think Valentina is going to be bigger than Weili, and I know they're going to be the same weight on fight day. I get it, guys. I think Valentina is a veteran of the sport. Dude, she's fought at 135 before. Like, this is Weili, who's like the 115 queen. Like, that's a big jump. I will throw that out there. I think Valentina is going to be bigger than Weili.
Valentina also fought at 135 before there was a 125, so she didn't really have the option at that point, Okay.
But she was competitive with Amanda Nunes, who's huge.
Yes. She beat everyone other than Amanda. I think she was like 3-1, right? At 135.
So her reach, I found her reach. Her reach is 67 inches. Weili's is 63. So not like a, I guess, 4-inch reach advantage. It's not like a Montel Jackson versus Figueiredo reach disadvantage, but there will be a little bit. There will be a little bit.
And you should have seen their arm difference too.
What?
Oh, so I'm the worst. This is the funniest thing, guys. That will be the worst press conference ever. Islam, JDM, Weili, Valentina, Sean Brady, and Michael Morales. That is, the fights could be the 3 greatest fights in the history of our sport. Press conference wise, it's horrific.
There's literally not 2 fighters that can speak to each other in the same language.
Yeah, that is horrible.
Talk to their opponent.
That is bad. And like, none of them are fun. Like, there's not a funny guy up there. There's not even like a mean guy up there. There's not even like they're just 6 of the best fighters in the world.
Islam will just stare at JDM like this. JDM will maybe talk a little smack.
That is bad too. For MSG,
maybe Valentina will just bow at each other.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Actually, can't wait. Well, guys, what a time in Fight Bananas. What a great time. Just everything that's happening. But in December, literally in an 8-day span, Elle Dawson's fighting, Grant Dawson's fighting, Gillian Robertson fighting. I expect 3 wins, 3 stoppages, 2 bonuses. I might coach up. Tell Grant Thiago Alves has nothing on Dave Van Auken coaching him up. I might coach up Grant. I might get 3 wins.
Does Grant need a mouth guard holder? I know a guy.
Thanks, G. Dude, G's got my back since day one. I appreciate her. She's the best, guys. We're letting her run Sunday morning after UFC Vancouver. Sunday morning brew. Gillian Robertson and Elle Dawson. G, you're the best. We'll talk to you soon, friend. We'll see you.
See you guys.